Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Normal is broke and common sense is weird. So we're here to help you transform your life from the Ramsey Network and the Fairwinds Credit Union Studio. This is The Ramsey Show. Alongside George Campbell, I'm Ken Coleman. We're thrilled to have you with us. The phone number to jump in on the conversation today is 888-825-5225. You ready to go, partner?
I am ecstatic.
I see you got your really fancy denim jacket on today.
I saved the best for you.
I appreciate you cleaning up. Let's go to Kathy in Texas. Kathy, how can we help?
Hi, I'm 68 years old, and 6 months ago I got involved with an online investment group. I eventually borrowed $50,000 from my brother. He invested $110,000. I retired from my company. I took out all my 401k and pension. And last month they ghosted us and froze our accounts, and we lost it all. I lost $487,000. My brother lost the $50,000 I borrowed and the $110,000 he invested. And my brother would like his money.
Oh boy!
And I have a house that's paid off. I live in Texas, so I have a homestead on it. I have a $30,000 loan from American Express. So I'm wondering, do I file bankruptcy? I tried to get a reverse mortgage, but my husband died, so my house is not in good enough condition. I'm just lost.
Okay.
Oh,
absolutely. Not only
goodness.
you lost, I'm guessing you're just emotionally stunned. You know, that's
I am.
That's an
I'm
unbelievable.
devastated, really.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry.
Is this scam still out there?
It probably is. I filed with FBI and all the agencies, but they didn't have a whole lot of hope for me.
Yeah, it's rare that in these situations you get your money back. So how much debt total do you have right now? You said you have $30,000 on an American Express card?
Right, that was a loan. The other two are $2,000, maybe $3,000 total. So $33,000.
So $33,000, and I know you retired recently.
Yes.
What does the future look like as far as work? Because we absolutely have to consider that right now.
Oh, I know. I've been applying, but like I said, I'm 68. I've had my job for 36 years. I did sales, so I can do that. But I'm.
How long have you been out of the workforce?
Since May, end of May.
What about your past company? Have we called them up and told them what's going on?
My job, once you quit, you're gone. I'm easily replaceable.
Okay.
Wow. Well, bankruptcy, it will clear the American Express debt, but I don't think it's worth declaring bankruptcy over this.
Yeah.
Because you lost your retirement money. You're not going to get that back.
Right.
And the pension as well. So you took the pension out as a lump sum, used that in the investment course, cashed out every dime of your retirement, and threw it into this course.
Correct. All I have is $2,000 a month Social Security now.
What is your
$500? $2,000. I make $2,000 a month.
And then what was the other thing you were about to mention? 500 something?
I promised my brother $500 a month.
Well, the promises are over.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have money.
Sorry, brother's on his own.
You both got screwed in this, and so you just simply don't have the money to pay him back.
Okay.
I mean, he got you into this, if I heard you correctly.
No, I got him.
Oh, okay.
And
it doesn't matter.
Due diligence.
It doesn't matter. That was just me kind of being on Team Kathy, so I misunderstood. But no, you can't take care of brother. Brother's got to take care of himself. You both made a poor decision, and now we got to figure out. You were
in what the bank would call a risky borrower, and so you borrowed this money, and he knew full well he might never see it again.
He had faith in me, and
sure,
and I've never disappointed him before. So
I hope you can pay him back one day, but it's not today. You're not going to be making him payments because you got to put food on the table.
Can you live off of $2,000 a month?
My bills really are $800 a month, plus food, and then my homeowner's insurance and.
So all in, what does it take to run your house for a month? Include food, include HOA, every single little thing.
Yeah, pretty much $2,000.
Okay. So you're just going to hopefully survive. And that's where getting a job is going to come into play.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to jump in real quick on the job thing, because I think coming off of something this emotionally difficult, one of the best things you can do is get to work. Now, I understand that you have been applying, but I think you're going to have to take some opportunities that you wouldn't normally think about now. I mean, that's maybe Starbucks, Walmart, Target. I mean, you're functional, you're a former salesperson. We need income, and if we can get some benefits out of that. So, I mean, you're doing everything you can, and your number one goal right now is to tell everybody your story. Now, this is very difficult. I understand what I'm saying. I completely understand what I'm asking you to do, which is to share your story. It is a thing that is going to be difficult because you're ashamed, and I understand that, but you aren't the only person who has been duped before. And I think a 60-year-old lady who's a good person, who has lived her life well, this is where we can't do this on our own. Mm-hmm. We cannot, Kathy, do this on our own. I mean, no advice that George and I will give you is going to alleviate that fact. This is the time to go, everybody I know, here's my story, here's what's going on, and this is what I got to do. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that, because you need some kind souls to go, I'm going to help Kathy, and I'm going to give Kathy a job. That's what has to happen right now.
What is your house worth?
Probably $350 for a flipper. It's on paper that they.
What do you mean for a flipper?
You know, if somebody came in and wanted to flip it and make some quick money
I'm saying
on
if you listed it on the MLS, on the market with a real estate agent, what could you get for it?
Well, I asked and they said $375 to $425.
Okay. So your house is worth about $400,000. I would keep it for now, try to stay afloat, try to get a job. And there's a worst case scenario here where 5 years from now, if you're out of options, you're unable to work for some reason, you could sell the house, downsize, and invest the difference to try to create a little bit of a nest egg.
Well, that was why I was going to do the reverse mortgage route.
No.
But
I mean, they will just screw you with all of the fees. You're going to lose all of the equity in your home. You know, it's a terrible, horrible financial product, and they prey on desperate people like our friend Kathy to try to get them into these.
Yeah. Okay.
Kathy, I'm going to ask a question to George on your behalf very quickly.
Okay.
George, I agree with what you said about the house, but I'm sitting here going, if I'm in her shoes at 68, I wonder if it's not is it a feasible idea to not sell the house now and take the entire proceeds and get that back in the retirement accounts to try to grow over the next 5 years? As you said that, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, that was my initial thought was, could we just liquidate the house, invest every penny of it, and live off of the growth? There is risk there because we don't know what the market's going to do.
I don't want her to live off of it.
We don't know how long it'll last. So that's why I want to see right now, can we create enough income and then use that, play that card later on down the road when necessary, instead of just going to that route and then not working at all.
Right.
That's my fear. So, Kathy, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I wish I had a magic wand and can just get these scammers to give you your money back. But the relationship with your brother, it's not going to be the same. The future you had, the retirement you dreamed of, it's not going to be the same. So you've got to grieve what was and just create a realistic picture of what comes next.
Statistics show that half of Americans don't have enough life insurance, or they don't have any at all. I don't understand this, John. Why don't people want to take care of their family? They think they're going to die or something?
Well, I used to be one of those guys, I didn't even think about it. And one of my buddies said, hey, the only reason to not have life insurance is if you hate your wife and kids. And I immediately went and got term life insurance.
That's a gut punch.
And, you're telling me, and for decades, Dave, I've sat across people who've lost a spouse. They've lost somebody important to them.
Me too.
They don't know what to do next.
Me too. I mean, you're going to have a crisis here. And, you got two options while you're sitting and talking to a young widow. She's concerned about how she's going to invest all this money properly and not mess this up, or she's concerned how she's going to eat tomorrow.
That's exactly
These are the two options.
And
take care of your dadgum family, man.
Term life insurance can replace income, pay off debts, cover funeral expenses, so your family can actually have the opportunity to just be sad.
Yeah.
to just miss you.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's saying I love you to your family. Term life insurance. Jeff Zander and the team at Zander Insurance makes it easy and affordable. I've used them personally for 25 years. They're the only people I trust. Go to Zander.com or call 800-356-4282.
All right, Chris is up next in Houston, Texas. Chris, how can we help today?
Well, Ken, George, thanks for taking my call today. You're my favorite combo.
Oh, wow. We will send you a check. Kelly, make sure we pay the man.
Make it a Venmo.
Yeah, Venmo. Make it easier.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I appreciate
Chris.
that. Thank you.
Appreciate that. What's going on?
Okay, so my wife and I are really concerned right now about our future retirement. So just a little background, we don't have anything saved. Don't have 3 to 6 months expenses. Just started doing the Ramsey steps. I'm on baby step 2. So we're talking about selling our home to get the equity out of it, to basically just pay everything off and just kind of start fresh and be able to put some money back, and then start, investing 15%, like the Ramsey step says. But I'm not sure if that's the right answer to do that or not. The other option is, I keep working like a madman, like I've been doing, keep the house, but we have a pool, and I don't know if that should be like included, like with the mortgage payment, even though they're separate, or that's considered consumer debt with our car note.
How big is the pool loan?
The pool loan is $73,000.
And what's your household income?
About $8,200 a month after taxes.
Okay, what about before? Just give me the gross household income
about
for the year.
$128.
Okay. Yeah, I would put it up there with your mortgage since it's over half of your annual income. We kind of treat that like a second mortgage at that point.
Okay.
And so I would focus on the consumer debt first. How much is all that add up to?
Well, we've paid off all the credit cards, which is about $16,000. Now all we have left besides the pool is a car, which is about $27,000.
What's the car worth?
42.
Ooh.
I know what we're doing there, George. Tell him what he's won.
You just won $15,000, my friend. That's the difference. If you sold that car and took the proceeds and got something cash, you just freed up a payment and became consumer debt free.
And let's stay right there, Chris. How much is that car payment?
It's $500 a month.
All right, so we just found you $15,000 in cash, and we then
$6,000 a
saved
year.
you $6,000 a year
of net income.
Hello.
See that magic trick right there?
Yes.
And we still have a place to rest our head that we can call our own.
So what you won is a cheaper car. That's what you won.
Now, what's the mortgage
that's what my
payment?
wife wins, but
What's that? Say that again.
unfortunately, that's what my wife wins. I
Is
just bought that car
she
for
on
her
board
in
with
March.
this?
She is, if that's what we have to do. Yes.
It is what you have to do.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Do you want to be eating Alpo in retirement but have a nice car? Or do we want to make a short-term sacrifice so we can retire with dignity? That's the trade-off here.
Wow.
We're not trying to punish you.
Right to the dog food.
Yeah.
That was dark.
And it's honestly, dog food's not cheap. I take that back.
I tell you, my dogs eat really good food.
It's going to be ramen, I guess.
But, Chris, the reason I'm saying you guys have to do this is because you're 53 and you don't have any retirement. So we have got now this is where George is like, I love when George, I see him doing
crunching.
it. I wish you could see him right now. He does the one-hand keyboard thing. He's got the Ramsey investment calculator, which you can access at RamseySolutions.com. So the reason we're going to be super aggressive here is because you guys can you can start to make headway, but we're talking, we got to sell the car and it lists today. And we have got to change. So let's run the numbers, George.
Yeah, are you guys in pretty good health?
So that's a good question. So I had a heart attack back in March. And I've changed a lot. And my health has gotten a lot better for sure. I'm going through tests and all that stuff right now. So that kind of leads me to, I work my regular job, which I work 50 plus hours at. I've been door dashing on the side about another 50 hours a week.
Wow.
Which is a lot because I'm working every single day from morning to night.
How long you been doing the door dashing?
I've been doing the door dashing now for about 3 months. And
Did you include that in
the credit cards?
Okay, good for you. Did you include that though in the number you gave us on the 128,000 gross?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not, because I don't know how long I can sustain that, because I'm working every Saturday. The only day I'm taking off is a Sunday. That's it.
Okay, and what about your wife?
My wife works as well. She works full time. Her money is included in that number as well.
Okay, and what are you guys doing for work? Is there area for growth here?
Yeah, I'm in sales. I mean, there's potential for commission. I just started a new job.
Amazing.
There's no
that.
commission right now.
Chris, that is far better than
That's your
driving
ticket.
Uber. Forget Uber. Number one,
Spend
physically.
50 hours on the phones and emails
Yeah.
selling.
Yeah, I'm no doctor. I would like to play one on TV. I want to point that out.
And he would make a great one.
I think I would look good in scrubs. But the point here is that your health and the financial ROI for you is way better to go after that commission. But even at the 128, George, let's paint a picture here. If we sell the car, and so we come up with 15 cash. So we got 15, George, to work with.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take that 15, you buy yourself a used cash car,
There we go.
and then you're debt free. Now we can work on the emergency fund. So for the next, let's call it 6 to 8 months, just stack away cash to build up that emergency fund. Then we can begin investing. So let's just paint a picture. A year from now, you're 54, right?
Yes.
And you're debt free with an emergency fund, and we begin investing 15% of our income. That's about $1,600 a month. Are you tracking?
Yes.
By the age of 70, now this is assuming you're going to have to work longer because we got a late start, you would have $750,000 likely in that one account. Now we're talking, okay, if we have a paid for house and $750,000 in the bank, we have a fighting chance of surviving, right?
Now, what that doesn't include, Chris, is those commissions and more income, socking it away.
What's left on the mortgage? What's the balance?
$370.
Okay, and how many years left on the mortgage?
Took out a 30-year note when we bought the house. So I still have 26 years on it.
Woo!
What's it
And
worth?
that's why we're talking about selling the house.
What can you get
and
for
just
the
starting
house?
Fresh. About $600.
So you'd walk away with roughly what?
When I looked at the numbers, I think I'd walk away with about 180, but then paying off the car and the pool, that leave me with about 100, I think.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
then
that pool
I have
loan
to
is
put-
sinking.
Then I have to put
No pun
the
intended.
pool. Exactly.
I
Yeah.
see what you did
And
there.
but then with the pool, what would I have left would be about 20% on the house, which only leave me with about $11,000
Yeah,
to
but
put toward the 3 to 6 months expenses.
I like it's aggressive. Allows you to start with the emergency fund immediately and start investing. And you guys can downsize. It's just the two of you?
No, we have two more kids at home, but they're older, so
They're
they'll
fine.
be out at some point.
That's right. They live where we tell them to live. George, what do you think about this? I'm
Yeah, I
actually
mean, could
leaning
you-
towards this. I like this move.
I'm trying to think, would you go rent somewhere for a while and just keep stacking cash? Because you're not going to be able to afford
No.
anything for 180.
Well,
And that
I would
doesn't pay
think
off
we
the
would
pool
need to go.
loan.
We would have to. Well, if we sold it for 600, I think if we sold it for 600 today, I could pay off the pool and the car, and be able to end up with after I put 20% down on a house on a 15-year note. I think I would have about $11,000 left.
that was
towards the
including
emergency fund, and then it'd be quicker there. Then I could start, saving for retirement as soon as I get that built up.
Yeah, you're going to be back to having a giant mortgage is my fear with today's
Yeah, with
rates and
rates.
today's prices.
Yep.
So that's the part you
that's
have to
kinda
weigh. I would crunch those numbers heavily. Selling a house is always the last answer, not my first solution, because number one, it doesn't actually change the behavior that got us here. It just feels like a get out of jail free card. And it kind of moves you backwards. Instead of building equity and getting that house paid off, now we're liquidating and starting from scratch again in our 50s. And so I would hesitate before just jumping on that. But I love the idea of you guys getting debt free faster, having more to retire with. But you would also have to go, we're going to downsize our lifestyle and change. I don't like the idea of you just keeping everything going, well, we're going to keep the car, keep the pool, keep living how we're living, and get the cake too. And so you're going to have to make some deep sacrifice.
Agreed. And I feel like if we keep the house, then I just don't see an end in sight how we could pay off the house eventually. I just feel like with the income where it's at, even if I go up another 20, 30,000, I just don't see how I pay off the house.
Yeah, George, I'm going to tell you, I like the aggressive approach here. I rarely disagree with you. But I like where he's at to reset, even if they've got a rent at this stage for a couple of years. I think a reset to try to really get focused on retirement investing. I don't know. It's aggressive, but I like it.
It's a reset for sure. Best of luck, my friend.
What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 different answers. Economic growth or a recession? Business taxes will go up or down. AI will help us work or it will replace us all. But there's no such thing as a crystal ball. That's why more than 42,000 businesses have future-proofed themselves with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 AI cloud enterprise resource planning system. Ramsey Solutions uses NetSuite, and you should too. Whether your company's earning millions or even hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth for the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. NetSuite's real-time insights and forecasting help you see into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you spend less time looking backward and more time focusing on what's next. And speaking of what's next, download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/Ramsey. It's free at netsuite.com/Ramsey.
All right, if you died tomorrow, how would your family keep the lights on? How would they pay the mortgage? How would they afford just the basics like groceries? If anybody in your life depends on your income, you need life insurance. Life insurance has one function, and that is to replace your income if you die. Term life insurance is the only kind of insurance that does that. Others like whole or permanent life insurance try to add the investing angle to it, and it's just a bad product. So here's what you need. Life insurance policy that is worth 10 to 12 times your annual income for a term length of 15 to 20 years, and it should be a level policy, meaning the premium stays the same. If you'd like more info on this and some actual resources, use our free term life insurance guide. Go to RamseySolutions.com/term life guide. That's life guide, RamseySolutions.com/term life guide. Danielle is up in Cleveland, Ohio. Danielle, how can we help today?
Oh, hi. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure.
So my question is whether we are on baby step 2 or 6.
Ooh.
Reason being is
Is this a trick question?
The riddle wrapped in a rhyme.
It really is, truly. We were all excited. We were debt-free. We were baby step 6 right now. So all we have left is our mortgage. We didn't take into consideration that we do actually have a vehicle loan out for our son who is paying it. But it is in our name. So does that mean that we go back to baby step 2? Should we consider going ahead and paying the loan off while still making him responsible for it? Or continue on with putting everything towards our mortgage as we have been?
Do you have the cash to pay it off today?
Well, so we have our emergency fund, our 6-month emergency fund, and so we were thinking that if that loan puts us back to baby step 2, that technically we should use that to pay it off,
Okay.
and then we hurry up and rebuild our 6 months.
All right, George,
What are
tell
your
her,
thoughts?
tell her, George.
What's left on the loan?
$18,000.
Okay. And is he making payments right now, or are you guys making the payments?
No, we do not make the payments. He makes the car payments, the car insurance, all of that. The loan just happens to be in our name.
Well, you owe the money. If he stops making payments, it's on you. So it's your debt.
Correct.
Even if someone else is currently making the payment. And I hope he continues to make the payment and do the honorable thing. What if, is he making the payment directly to the lender? Or is he sending you guys the money and you actually do the transaction?
Yeah, we make the transaction.
Okay.
We actually, he gives us the money, we make the payments.
I'm just wondering if you guys paid it off, but you make him continue to make payments to you guys, that sort of gives him the responsibility of what he said he would do, which is make the car payments, while absolving you guys of the risk, the debt, all of that, and the interest.
So that's kind of the way we were leaning. Same thoughts, because at the end of the day, we do have, even if it fell on us, if he, for some reason, something happened and he stopped making the payments, we have the money to pay it. We just weren't sure if we should go ahead and use emergency fund and then go ahead and rebuild that, which we could do in about 3 months.
What's in savings right now?
So we have 25 in our 6-month emergency fund. And then we have a couple other accounts with, like let's say 5,000 in one and a couple thousand in the other.
Okay.
But we have no other debt other than our mortgage. So really, most of our money is sinking funds and then paying extra on our mortgage to get debt paid off.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to talk semantics in the baby steps, you are in baby step 2. And we would consider this, where you're going to liquidate your savings to pay off any debt, just like we would tell anyone in baby step 2. And you'll rebuild it really fast. I would have him continue to make the payments unless you just go, hey, bud, you're off the hook. No. Congratulations.
No.
Mom and dad just wanted to be
Yes.
generous. Early inheritance for you.
We want him to be responsible. We're trying to now get him in, Ramsey program and started him a Roth, and we want him to do the responsible thing, which should be to pay for his vehicle.
Good. Well, if you want the truly responsible thing, it's the discipline to actually save up and pay cash for his next car. And so just making payments has left a lot of people broke.
Agreed. Yes.
So it's an honorable thing that you guys have followed the steps. And I would talk to him. I don't know when, but say, hey, this was a mistake. We want to do everything with cash. We don't want to owe people money. It's going to free us up mentally, emotionally, financially, and we wish the same for you.
Oh, I have to tell you, George, if we could go back in time,
I want to sing if I could turn back time.
Please do it.
I won't. FCC will come down on us hard.
Is that right?
Yeah. They've been very busy lately, Ken.
Oh, I see what you did there, too.
We're
right
having a
out
good
of the
time.
headlines,
We're
George.
having a good time.
You are on it today. But I didn't know you watched the news, to be honest.
I try to keep up.
Yeah,
There's
that's
so
great.
much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help Danielle. I'm trying to keep up with the news. Well, Danielle, I'm so happy for you guys. You're going to be debt-free today.
Oh, I know.
It's a
Thank
good
you so much.
day.
And I have to tell you, I know you guys hear this a lot, but you are my favorite duo, and I really appreciate all of your advice and how helpful you all are.
That's
You
so
all
kind.
are so kind. By the way, if anyone's keeping score, that's 2 for Ken and George today.
If we get 3, we get a raise.
Is that right? Oh, okay. Let's milk that. Okay.
Oh, that's a great question from Danielle.
It is actually a really good question, Danielle. And I don't know if you caught it. She said they could rebuild their emergency fund in 3 months. So really the absolute best move right here. But you got to tell Sparky,
Yeah.
you got to tell him.
Well, you don't tell him because then he goes, wait, Mom and Dad aren't making payments.
I'm actually glad you said that because I wondered, do you tell
Is
Sparky?
it deceitful? I don't. That part is the ethical part of me goes, I don't know.
I
it's
like
kinda
a good philosophical. I don't think it's deceitful.
What about charging your kid
They pay
rent?
the loan off. They pay it off. He's paying them anyway. They don't have to tell him
Exactly.
they paid it off.
That was my thinking. Regardless,
I think to your point, it puts him in a kind of a temptation situation where he's like, "Oh, Mom and Dad paid it off, and I'm gonna flake out and put their love to the test."
maybe I'll miss a payment this month.
I hope Sparky's listening. I might be reading his mail.
Yeah.
Rex is up next in Houston, Texas. Rex, how can we help?
Yes, I just have a question. I'm 66 years old, still working, have a 401k, IRA, and my question is, should I take money out of my IRA or 401k to pay off my existing debt?
How much do you have in the retirement accounts, and how much debt do you have?
IRA is 1.1. The 401k is 200,000. Debt's about 300,000.
What kind of debt?
That's including my mortgage, school loan, personal loan, cars, and credit card.
Wow, you got a little full bucket there.
Yeah, at 66, I would want to simplify my life, and so you would deplete 300,000 out of your 1.3. So it'd bring you down to $1 million.
Somewhere around there, yes.
I like this plan because here's what it does. It frees up all of those payments. So if you added all of those payments up, the mortgage, the consumer debts, what would that be every single month?
It's about $4,500.
Woo! Now, could you then invest that exact amount? Could you promise me in America that you would do that?
Well, pretty close. I mean, right now I put 10% from a paycheck into my 401k and an additional 5% into savings.
So here's my thinking. Are you going to work for another 5 years per se, or what's your plan?
Yeah, the plan is to, I'm not taking Social Security either right now, so I'm going to wait till 70 to take Social Security. Plan is to work to 72.
Wow. Well, I did some math for you. If you take that $4,500 and you start investing it from 66 to 71, you would end up with 348. So you will have more money than this debt was costing you.
Okay, and also if I take it out of there, of course, I don't have a penalty being 66, but I am in the high tax bracket.
So you are, it's all in traditional, so you would pay taxes on that?
Yes, traditional IRA.
Yeah. I would sit down with a tax pro or a SmartVestor Pro. You can jump on RamseySolutions.com, crunch some numbers and see, hey, maybe I knock out consumer debts this year and the mortgage next year and try to minimize some of the tax damage. But either way, you're going to be debt-free real soon, my friend.
And I would consider maybe selling these cars. If we have some equity in these cars, let's not rob from ourselves. Let's have some discipline on that side.
Minimize the damage.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Rex.
For way too long, I struggled with sleep and woke up groggy after tossing and turning all night. But now, I look forward to bedtime and I wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed thanks to Casper, a company that's been perfecting better sleep for over a decade using durable, high-quality materials that actually last. My whole family now sleeps on Casper mattresses. Yes, even the dogs have their own Casper dog bed, to no one's surprise. And it's not just one man's opinion. Casper customers keep their mattresses for years, and 4 out of 5 customers recommend them to friends. And with free delivery and a 100-night trial, Casper is no gimmicks. A mattress you can trust, backed by quality that lasts. So go to Casper.com/Ramsey and use promo code Ramsey to receive 25% off all mattresses and 10% off everything else with code Ramsey. That's Casper.com/Ramsey. Exclusions apply.
All right, let's go to John in Kentucky. John, how can we help today?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. How are you, sir?
Blessed. Just a quick question. I recently was promoted and with the expectations of moving out in Colorado. And the job's been great, and I'm trying to find out either, A, what kind of home price I should be looking at to make sure that when my wife, we have our first child, she can work from home or just not work at all. Or if I should end up renting for a year or two to be able to put down a lot more on the home.
Great question. Okay, lay out some numbers for us.
Yeah, so currently I'm in sales, but minimum is usually about $17K per month. Some months it's really great, up to 30, but it's usually between 17 to 22,000 for my income.
Amazing.
Hers is about $5K per month, but we're expecting to bring her home after the first child.
Okay, so we'll just remove that income from the equation, yep. And you're going, hey, how much house can I afford if I make about $20K a month?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you looking at right now? What price range?
Yeah, so we're looking between $300,000 to $500,000. But I've also been speaking with a realtor about trying to find an assumable loan. I do have the option for a VA, which would definitely help with lowering that monthly income or the monthly home price.
Well, what it'll do is just allow you to get in with less equity, less down payment. Sure. And so that part worries me, especially for a guy making this kind of money.
Yeah.
Are you guys not in a good financial position? Do you have debt?
No, I've spent the last few months paying off all any credit cards, anything like that. She has a car loan that has a little less than 10K. I've got about 35,000 in the savings, about 20 to 25 that I could access through the 401k. And then with sales, I should be expecting another 15 to 20,000 before we decide to pull the trigger.
John, are you familiar with our baby steps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you tell us you have 35,000 sitting over in savings and your wife is carrying a $10,000 car loan, what do you think we're thinking?
To get that paid off immediately.
Yeah. So this is
That's
fun.
fair.
I love when someone else knows what we're going to say. So
Sure.
the question I have is, what is keeping you from doing that, knowing that that's what we were going to tell you to do?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the things that I've been thinking about is with her coming home, is it worth paying off the car now, or is it worth making sure that I have the emergency fund saved up in case something ever happened to me or the job, that we would have a nest egg to then make decisions on finding a new job or going from there.
When is she coming home?
We are trying now, so 9 to 12 months.
You get what I'm saying here? I already knew the answer. You don't know when she's coming home.
Sure.
You guys, she's not even pregnant.
Sure.
And so I'm adjusting these numbers to what you gave me. You guys, you immediately, in laying out the numbers for George, you discounted her $5K a month. That actually takes your range of income between 22 and 27, not 17 and 22. To George's point, you're rolling, buddy. And so getting up a really good down payment is not going to take long with those numbers. Am I right, George?
Yeah, and you have a lot of flexibility. With your level of income, well, our parameter is no more than a quarter of your take-home pay going towards this mortgage. And that includes the principal, the interest, the property taxes, all of that, the homeowner's insurance. And so with your income, if you bought a $500,000 house with $100,000 down with a 15-year fix, you'd likely be looking at a payment of about $3,750 a month, which is very reasonable if you consistently make 17 or 20K a month. Agreed?
Yeah.
And so having a down payment of that, could you save up $100,000 over the next 12 months?
Yeah, easily. I guess I should have mentioned, there is an expectation of moving out there before February, March timeframe. So that's kind of the thing I'm
Where's the
competing
expectation coming from?
From taking the promotion.
Yeah, but you don't have to buy a house just because you're taking the job.
Correct. And that's why
I
was
rented for
thinking
2 years with 3 kids. When I moved here 11 years ago, I rented a very much smaller house because we wanted, for us, it wasn't just the financial. It was, I didn't want to make a massive decision like that about where my kids were going to be until I knew the area. So I love this question, John. And I say this, I want you to feel older brother vibes here, okay?
Sure.
I love how planning and how intense you are and all this stuff. But, dude, take a deep breath. You have no idea how quickly you guys are going to get pregnant. And you can pay off her car today. As soon as you hang up the phone, you still have 25 in cash. And between the money you guys have,
Yeah, another 25K is going to slip through your hands in the next 30 days.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be worried about the emergency. You're going to be stacking up cash so fast.
Yeah.
Especially once this car payment's gone, which I know it's not a lot comparatively to your income, but I would just be stacking cash for life.
Rent until you guys get planted in this new place. You guys are a young couple. How long have you been married?
Less than a year.
Oh, good heavens. You guys are just learning how to be married.
Yeah.
How old are you, John?
32.
32. Yeah, man, like this is exciting. This call is great.
And then
You're
you
in great
mentioned
shape.
the 401k. Never
Don't
touch that
touch it.
retirement account if you're not 59 and a half. You're essentially taking on a loan for 35% by cashing that out early. So I would just leave that money alone. You have a great income. Go rent in February in that new city. Sign a 6 or 9 month lease. And by this time next year, you're going to have $100,000 in a down payment account.
Yeah.
And you can get a $500,000 home, and it's going to be so peaceful to do it slow and steady instead of rushing into all this at once, especially when you're bringing a baby into this world. Man, that just adds a whole other layer of stress and nesting. And so you don't want to be moving while she's 8.5 months pregnant.
Yeah, and to that point, I just want to give you one other little encouragement. even if she got pregnant tomorrow and the baby's, I mean, the income, if you have no debt and the income you have, you're fine. You'll build up the emergency, but that 35, you're going to replenish that. You've got more than enough to take care of this baby. All right. So I love your earnest intensity. I really do. You're a sharp young guy. You're in good shape. Good shape.
I appreciate it.
Just breathe, man. You know?
Yeah, that's been the tough part, is just trying to make sure, in introducing a family, that I do everything right.
Well, buddy, I'm going to tell you something. You're a poster child. I mean, you are. You are just a, if you look up fine young man in the dictionary, nobody uses that terminology
He's
except
a fine
people that are
young man.
Well, I'm 51, folks. We have an expanded vocabulary. All right. Can I get some love in the lobby? You've used the phrase.
That's a pity clap if I've ever seen
there
one.
There it is. No, that was a nice par putt clap is what that was. Respectable. But you listen, John, you are absolutely doing a phenomenal job of providing for you, your wife, your future family. You are way ahead of George, just to put you on the spot, because you're in the numbers on this particular stuff more than I am. The average 32-year-old, if you were going to make something up, an educated guess versus John, to encourage John and also to paint the picture for other people to be in his spot. What would you say the average 32-year-old dude, his financial picture looks like in America?
Probably has a big truck that's about $700. Probably still has his student loans. Probably still fooling with credit cards, and probably making $4,000 to $5,000 a month, not $20,000 a month.
Yeah, that's
so
exactly
this
right.
picture, I'm just like, this kid is going places. He just got to tweak a few things and have a little bit of patience, but he's going to be catapulted when he's making $20,000 a month, no debt, with a reasonable house payment, which means he's going to pay that house off early. Mom's going to be at home, not stressed, taking care of the baby, raising the family. This is a poster child for the baby steps if he can do this right.
Yeah. So John, man, we are Team John, and you've done such a good job, and it's really important to be able to get perspective. So glad you called today. If we could just be a little bit of a sounding board to go, man, you're doing great. You just got to, as George said, the tweaks and enjoy life, and don't be so scared, because you are really, really in great shape. And we're praying for you guys. Hope the baby and all that, everything comes along when you want it to. It's such an exciting time. You're doing well, young man. Thank you for the call.
Hey guys, if you're already shopping at Aldi, way to maximize your grocery budget. Good for you. Now, here's how to level up your savings. Make Aldi your first stop every week. From fresh organic produce to grass-fed beef to marinated chicken that's ready to cook to high-quality dairy products, you'll be able to snag everything you need without the hassle and nonsense. Just legit quality and low prices. And families like yours can save up to $4,000 a year just by shopping at Aldi. And that's not a hack, it's just a smarter habit. So stop overpaying, make Aldi your first stop for groceries, and watch the savings stack up. Find a store near you at aldi.us. That's ALDI.us. Savings based on regional analysis of Aldi versus select competitors. Prices may vary by location, product availability, and the market.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. I'm Ken Coleman, thrilled to be alongside my pal George Camel. We're here for you, 888-825-5225. We go to Ohio next, where Jennifer is waiting for us. Jennifer, how can we help today?
Hi, I'm a lot more nervous than I thought I would be.
Well, it's George. He's intimidating. And
it's the height mostly.
Just know that I'm here to just take care of you. I'll make sure he's nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm on baby step 2, and I'm still about $50,000 in debt. However, I'm sorry, I don't want to cry on the phone.
It's okay. It's okay.
I have to make a hard decision to say goodbye to my buddy, my dog, next week.
Oh, no.
He's about 17, and I've had him 15 years. And he's been with me. He's moved across to another country with me and all the things.
What's his name?
His name is Ulysses.
Ulysses?
Yeah, but like Ulysses
yeah,
S,
it's
and
a
then my
great-
last name, like
it's a
the
great
general.
name.
Ken
I
loves
love
that
it.
historical name.
Yeah, I'm nerding out right now.
What kind of dog?
Yeah, what kind?
I don't know. He's some kind of poodle mix. His first owner was a hoarder, and I think was trying to like breed dogs or something. It was a bad situation. So he's just a sweet. He's a total love bug. He's almost 17, and
Well,
if
George
he saw
and
you right
I.
now, like his tail would still wag, and he'd come up and try to. He's just lovely.
Well, listen, you're talking to two dog lovers here.
Yeah, I
so
was hoping I'd get you too.
we hurt for you. This is not fun. Okay, so we got this hard decision coming up. Tell us what else is going on.
Well, so here's what I've done, and I guess I'm just looking for some reassurance that financially I've done the right thing. So part of how I knocked out the debt was I had a non-retirement mutual fund, and I cashed that out. And what I did is I knew this was probably coming, so I took $400 and I put it in a sinking fund, just in my savings account to say when and if. Where I'm struggling, and I hate it, because what I want to do is have him cremated and get the urn back like I did for my other dog.
Yeah.
But that's $200 more. I do have the money in the sinking fund. I'm struggling with, I've been so good about I don't eat out. It's rice and beans and rice. I'm doing handmade gifts instead of gifting. I'm doing all the things. But I just want to know that I'm not being completely irresponsible to spend the $240 instead of just $40 to cremate and get my pups out and his ashes back.
Well,
and I know not everyone agrees with that.
Well, what's the other option if you didn't do it?
Well, there's two. So one is it's just $40 for the cremation, and I just pay that and I don't get them back.
Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry.
They do that en masse. And then the other is the least expensive is I could bury him in my parents' backyard, but I can't pick him up once he's gone. I can't do it. I'm even having a panic attack thinking about it.
Oh, well, that's tough. That's tough stuff.
Jennifer, spend the $240.
Just spend it. You're not being irresponsible.
You're never going to look back and go, dang it, why did I spend that $240? I could have got out of debt 4 days sooner.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I've been so diligent about everything that it's
Yeah.
This is not an impulsive girls trip.
Yeah, this is not craziness. This is this is a huge deal. All of us who've had to put a furry friend down, it is tough.
Thank you.
And this is
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not emotionally spending to go, retail therapy. This is something that you want to do as your way to say goodbye. It's not going to derail your financial journey.
Thank you.
And if it really makes you feel guilty, here's what I would do psychologically. Go make $240 doing something, selling something as part of this journey. As a way to say, you know what? I didn't derail my financial goals and I got to grieve the way I wanted to grieve.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're the best.
We're so sorry you're going through this, Jennifer.
Sorry. Give Ulysses, give him some love for George and I. A little extra pat for the best boy.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my gosh. What is it about dogs and pets? It just crush
I think it's
us.
the unconditional love and innocence.
Yes. And can we just say, I love naming dogs. It's one of my favorite things in life.
What's your dog names?
We've got Ellis and Honey.
Oh.
And they are doodles. Ellis is the big guy. He's like that white, perfect curl. And he's a human. Ellis thinks he's a human.
I've stared into his eyes.
You have. And I treat Ellis as though he's a human. And then Honey is our mini golden doodle. And our daughter actually she bought her. That was a big thing, big purchase for Josie, our daughter. And she did it. And she's just a little miniature doodle. And she owns me. I mean, you know what I mean? She's just unbelievable. So,
well, especially as the kids get older and they don't like you anymore, the dogs will always love you.
I tell you who's always excited to see me when I walk in, Ellis and Honey. Stacy's not always excited to see me.
Said.
And I don't blame her. I mean, let's be clear here.
I mean, it's been how many years you've been married?
27 years,
Yeah.
you know? Some days she just doesn't want to see me.
She goes, hey, Ken, you left the laundry out. What did I tell you?
Yeah.
Stacy didn't sound like that, I promise.
I was going to say, that's a horrible impression. Let's go to Ben in Kentucky. Ben, how can we help today?
Well, I'm about to retire. Not that I want to. It's just the company's closing. And I have $300,000 in CDs. And I'm wondering what to do with that. And I also have $100,000 U.S. savings bonds. I mean, do I leave them in CDs and savings bonds, or should I put them somewhere else?
Well, I mean, you're just leaving a lot of money on the table. You're basically just kind of keeping up with inflation, but you're not going to make anything above and beyond that. So if this money's going to sit there for the next 10 years, I'd much rather see it invested into the market instead of just on the sidelines.
It's time for the investment calculator, George.
Should we play the game?
We should.
What caused you to put almost $500,000 on the side here? Like, what is it? Are you scared?
Well,
of the market?
I'm about 67, 68 years old, and I'm just worried in the market because, well, as you know, it doesn't always go up, and sometimes it takes a long time to come back up, and I just didn't want to lose it, and I just don't know what to do. I like it to be safe, and that's why I was wondering. I mean, because I do have a little bit in stocks, but not much. But
well, the thing is, when you say I want it to be safe, it's actually riskier to leave it in there long term.
Yeah.
And the risk is, instead of making 20, 30% this year, you're going to make 4%. And you're going to go, what? What happened? My money just kept up with inflation.
Well,
it could have turned into $500,000.
Quick thing on this, Ben. If the things, and I'm not going to make you tell us for sake of time, but if the things happen that you're worried about happening that would make money in the stock market risky, guess what? Your money's not safe in the other situation either, and we're all probably in a bunker somewhere. You just have to play that out. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Like, all of the apocalyptic things that would make you think, well, the CDs are safer. If that were to happen, the CDs, none of it matters. You with me on that, George?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's an extreme statement.
Let's get a bigger financial picture here. Do you have any debt?
No debt.
Okay. Do you have a nest egg outside of this money?
Well, I have a simple IRA, and that's about $600,000.
Okay. So you are invested in the market through that IRA?
Yes,
Well, you trusted the market on that one. And here's the math on it. From 68 to 75, you just leave that $300,000 in there into the market. It'll turn into $600,000 by 75.
Ben.
So that's just average rate of return, 10%. So I would move that money over, leave enough, maybe a year of expenses if you're in retirement to cover a market downturn, but I would not just leave $500,000 parked on the sidelines, my friend.
Let's face it, health insurance today is more complicated than ever. The system isn't built to help the average person understand, and it leaves too many families unprotected. That's why you need my friends at Health Trust Financial. They aren't just brokers, they're trusted health insurance advisors who have been helping families like yours for over 20 years. You don't have to navigate it alone. The experts at Health Trust Financial listen to your needs, work to understand your family situation and budget, then help you choose the health insurance plan that's right for you. That's why they're Ramsey Trusted and why we've worked with them for 2 decades. Look, medical debt is the #1 cause of bankruptcy in America today. One hospital visit can wipe out your savings and undo all your hard work. So health insurance isn't optional. It's part of your financial defense plan. Health Trust Financial knows their stuff, and they're the only health insurance provider I recommend. So get clear about health insurance plans and get the coverage that's right for you at healthtrustfinancial.com.
Hey, folks, we'd love for you to share the show with folks that you think might enjoy it, that might need it. That's how we grow. You guys are the ultimate marketing campaign. If this show is in any way impacting you in a positive way, we'd love that. Subscribe, share, like, follow, all the things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Caitlin is up in Texas. Caitlin, how can we help?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. Can
Sure.
you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay.
What's going on?
Thank you. So my husband and I have been married for 8 years. We have a 7-year-old autistic son, and he has a 24-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. Now, he was estranged from his daughter for a while, so now they have a great relationship. But we were talking, and he said that he wants to give her 20% of his 401k when he passed away, but when I'm still alive. And I feel very frustrated with it. So I don't know if I'm wrong or what I should do.
Ooh. And did you tell him this, how frustrated you are and why?
Yes.
And how did he respond to that?
Well, his reasoning is because he used to be he was in prison. He was a drug addict at one point, but he got sober. Now he's been sober for 13 years, and he has rebuilt his relationship with his daughter. And I think that the money is trying to make up for lost time, and that he doesn't want her to feel like he left her behind without thinking about her.
And she is his daughter.
She is his daughter, and she's 24. The reason why I'm frustrated is because our son is special needs, and I feel like he might not be able to take care of himself. And we have a trust set up. It's a special needs trust, and I guess we have a will. But I thought that all our assets were going to go into his to his trust. And he's saying, well, that's fine, but 20% of my 401k is going to her.
Sure. Well, I'm just going to say that, let me ask another question. If this daughter was your biological daughter, do you think you'd feel the same way?
I think that,
let me put it another way. Do you think it is normal for, let me make it super personal. Okay. I have 3 kids. Okay. And so in my will, do you think it would be abnormal if I gave all 3 of my kids some money?
No, that would be fair. All 3 were children. You're like the same amount?
It doesn't matter. I'm not even getting into the specifics. I just I'm trying to walk you into, I'm really trying to coach you here. So you think that's normal for me to do that, yes?
Yes.
Why? Why is that normal? Why would that be totally normal?
It's for you to give your money to your children when you pass away. Now, would you give that to them before your wife passed away?
Well, without getting into the details, I'm not going to get into the details of my situation. But I'm making a point here that I don't think that this is abnormal, and you don't either. I think it's very emotional for you, and I'm not judging you in any way, shape, or form. I certainly see how you are where you are because you shared it with me, and I see how you got there because of the challenges of your son and what his situation would be. I get it. But as I'm saying, and I'm going to bring George in, and George may have a completely different opinion. I'm just telling you that I totally see where he's coming from, and I don't have some fundamental problem with it, philosophical problem, and I don't have a financial problem with it. George?
Yeah, the piece I'm curious about, are you going to be okay if something were to happen to him?
Would I be okay if something happened to him?
Financially.
Like, would I?
If your husband dies today, are you okay?
If you get 80% instead of 100%, are you still living a comfortable life?
He hasn't been in the workforce that long. I probably have more investments than he does.
So I'm trying to get at, is this actually a financial, there's really no, if I get 80%, I'm not going to be doing okay versus 100. So it's really just the idea that he's valuing and prioritizing his daughter over giving you the entire share. And maybe you feel like it's unfair to the son.
Yes.
So the next question is the son set up to succeed? If something were to happen, is the special needs trust funded? And is it, have you guys done a good job to make sure that he would be okay?
Well, so far we have. He's 7, and my husband and I are both 50. I had him a lot later in life. Mm-hmm. And I think that, I could see that. I think that it was just an emotional feeling. I kind of felt that he wasn't thinking about us, and he was more concerned about a grown child that is self-sufficient. I think that's what it was.
It absolutely is. But here's the thing. As an objective bystander that you called and asked this question to, I don't think he's demonstrating that even financially. the lion's share, the big chunk is going to you. And for your son.
Right.
He's
And is there
giving her a
some-
percentage of his overall.
Now, I don't know the relationship or the past history, but do you think there's some guilt here that he feels as a father to go, I feel like I owe her something because of what she has gone through?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So I
And
think
she's-
I would try to put myself in his shoes
absolutely.
and just talk to him honestly and say, hey, here's how this hit me initially. I want to hear you out and hear your heart behind this. I want to come to an agreement and make peace with whatever we decide on as a couple. And I want to see the numbers to know that our son's going to be taken care of, I'm going to be taken care of, and your daughter will get her share as well.
Okay.
I think focusing on the facts, the logic, and the heart behind it, the motive behind it will help you step away from just the emotion of, well, I'm his wife, I should be getting whatever he leaves.
Yeah. And a little dose of perspective. Lord willing, you guys live 20, 30, 40 years. You guys are early 50s. You got some work to do anyway on this to really bump these numbers up. So it is all emotional. I love that you're being honest. You're very self-aware on this, and we're not judging you at all. Totally get where you're coming from, but I see where your husband's coming from, and I think this is a marriage issue. And I think this is going to cause a lot of resentment if you don't get to a place of acceptance over this and go, oh, okay, we can come together and take care of our son. We can come together, make sure we're debt-free, and walk the Ramsey baby steps out and retire with a tremendous amount of peace and margin and not even worry about this.
Can I ask you, who is the beneficiary on your investments?
My husband, 100%.
There we go. So now it feels unfair. That's where this is stemming from. Is there a way where you could say, hey, he's 80% and I'm going to do 20% to the special needs trust?
I could do that, and I think he would be fine with it, you know. But I also know that if I give him 100%, I definitely trust him where he would do everything he could to make sure our son is safe and everything.
And there's
so,
there's the statement. There it is. What you just said is what you have to remember when this emotion comes up. I trust him, and I know that he would do everything he can to take care of us. And this is the same man who also wants to do something for a daughter that he failed. I admire this. I admire this move. It's not traditional, I get it, but this isn't a traditional life you guys have. This is a unique story. And I hope you can mend this resentment and go, hey, this is what I felt, because I'm sure he felt some of this coming at him. And I think you got to support him in this move.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're a good lady. You're a good lady. You know, you're not, I appreciate you being really honest. George, these things.
This is not an out of bounds thing. Like what you're feeling is normal.
Yeah.
But I just want to go further than that instead of just leave it at face value of, well, he should give you 100%. You're the wife. Again, this is a complex situation and it requires a more unique solution.
Yeah. Thank you, Kaylin, for sharing with us. You're a good lady, and you guys have a lot of time to do what's necessary to take care of your son. Focus on that. That's a unified goal and a worthy goal. If you've listened to me for more than 5 minutes, you know that being normal with your money is not a good thing because normal is broke. And I want you to be weird. That's why I love what we're doing with Fair Winds Credit Union. Our friends at Fair Winds just launched a brand new Ramsey debit card. And it says, debt is normal, be weird, right on the front. I love that. Because every time you swipe it, you're choosing to live differently with no credit card payments and no debt. You see, Fairwinds has been helping people like you ditch debt faster and build wealth for years. They're not trying to shove credit cards or auto loans in your face like the big banks do. And they've worked with us to create the Smart Bundle for Ramsey fans. It includes a no-fee checking account,
a high-yield savings account to supercharge your emergency fund, and now the Ramsey debit card to help you stay focused on the baby steps. We're excited for you to try it. So check them out today at fairwinds.org/Ramsey. That's fairwinds.org/Ramsey. Insured by the NCUA.
All right, George, we're going to do something new. This is going to be fun. How about a video call? Would you like to help somebody out?
This is something we have never done on the Ramsey Show.
No, we're doing it right now. We're going to go to Sarah in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, guys. I hope you're doing okay today.
We're doing okay.
It's so nice to see you.
It is so nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. So how can we help today?
Well, after about 7 years of hard work at paying off my debt, I've found myself in a bit of a better financial situation. And I've been working for 7 years at 70 to 100 hours a week.
What?
And I
doing what kind of work?
Tell
us what kind of work this is.
A little bit of everything. I've been a bartender, a legal secretary. I currently work bartending as a legal secretary and in logistics.
What's your full-time job?
I work in logistics.
Okay,
for,
that's 40 hours a week?
Company, yeah. Yep.
And
at
that's
least.
a normal, like, 8 to 5?
Sometimes I'm working overtime. Yep.
Okay. Wow. And then at night, you're going to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. For 7 years, you've done this?
Yes.
Are you done with the debt?
I am not. I just got my student loans refinanced. They were at a 14% interest rate, if you can believe it. And I cut it down to 6.
Okay.
Wow.
Give us a quick snapshot of your current debt situation.
So I have $85,000 left. I got my credit cards completely paid off last year. And based on my current income and the rate at my refinance, I'm able to pay double, sometimes 2.5 times my minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So
are you doing the debt snowball where you're just focused on one and making minimums on the rest?
I only have the one loan because they got consolidated when I refinanced to get out of the 14%.
Oh, so you have an $85,000 loan that you're just tackling.
And what are you putting towards that? What is the amount you're putting towards that every month?
So the minimum is $1,065, and I am currently paying per month somewhere around $2,500.
Okay. And
I sometimes can go a little higher, depending
on the hours. So because you just told us 70 to 100 hours, and the emotion came out. What's going on? What's that emotion coming from?
It's just been a lot for a long time.
Yeah.
And 3 years is basically what I have calculated left at. So.
Okay. And that just feels absolutely overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what we want to do here is we want to go, okay, it's okay to take a deep breath on this whole situation and go, okay, I can't keep this up right now. You feel like you're at your breaking point. That's what you feel like.
A lot of days, yes. I mean, my boyfriend is incredibly supportive, and he tries to do as much as he can to help out. But he really doesn't know what more to do for me.
No. Okay. So let's see what we can do. Well, you're not. Let's start there. You're not stuck. You're exhausted. Okay. You've done a great job. All right. Let's look at the day job, the 40-hour-a-week job. What is your income from that?
About 54 before any overtime.
Okay. 54,000 before overtime. And then how many overtime hours are available to you?
It depends. Currently I'm working anywhere from 4 to 10 a week.
Okay, so 4 to 10 hours of overtime.
A week, yeah.
Okay, great. So that puts us at most 50 hours. So 44 to 50 hours. And then you are working these extra jobs on top of that, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And if I were to say to you right now, hey, take a month off of these other jobs and let's just focus on the day job and the overtime that comes with the day job. So that's going to put us in a 44 to 50 hours a week. Okay. Just knowing what you know about your finances, how much would that affect your ability to make that $2,000 payment a month? What would that drop? Would it drop, and what would it drop to?
It would drop about $1,500.
Okay, so it would be that substantial.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what's saying if you keep this up, you're on a 3-year pace. George, I want to bring you in on that because I think there's another way out of this on the 3 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the root of, you've been at this 7 years. On average, it takes people about 18 to 24 months to get out of debt. So what was the original balance you were facing of all the debts?
So part of what this is, I went and got a master's degree. And my field that I work predominantly in is known for not paying very well. But I would try to write in my free time. I have a degree in history.
So what was your master's in?
Military history, actually.
Oh, boy.
Were you trying to get a job in that field, or was this just for fun?
Yes, actually, my eventual goal is to teach. And I have the lead on potentially getting into a PhD program in the next couple of years.
Well, forget it.
Which is paid.
Let's put that on ice.
It's paid.
I know, but right now,
yeah.
so let's go to
I know, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Let's go to the logistics.
Was this all so what kind of debt was this, and what was the original balances? Because it sounds like you added to it over the 7 years. Yeah. In my mind, you were just crushing down the debt, but instead you were adding to it while trying to keep up.
I actually paid as I was in my master's program in order to keep doing that, and still held my minimums for my undergraduates.
So was this like $500,000?
I'm not entirely certain. No, so I was a little bit stupid, and I didn't know what I was doing when I went into my undergraduate program.
That's most everybody.
And my dad took care of all of the loans. And he put them on variable interest rates. And so I have no idea exactly what the starting amount was.
Are they in his name or yours?
He's my co-signer.
Oh.
This just got more interesting.
So the debt is also his. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
I think we got to talk about, first of all, you can't keep this up. I don't think you're now you might be able to come back to 70, but 100 hours, like at some point you're going to have to be really, really smart about you and your mind and your body trying to keep this up. All right. So what is 2 or 3 ladders up, 2 or 3 rungs up the ladder look like from your logistics career where you are now? What does it look like? Is it attainable, and does it pay substantially more?
Yes.
That's the focus.
If we can double your income and get you working 40, 50 hours, we solve the problem.
That's what we're trying to do here. You're
well,
working
that's one of the things I've been working towards for the last year, is to earn the promotion that comes. And I think I'm actually close to it.
You're close. And can I tell you something else? You keeping up the schedule you've been keeping up, while I admire it, and it is gazelle intensity, you're the poster child. We're so proud of you. But that's affecting your ability at the day job. You're going to become more promotable when you are more refreshed mentally, physically. So you're not stuck. You're not putting the best effort. Your effort's amazing, but the effort's not going to the best place. I want to see you get promoted. I want to see you use that logistics resume in the building that you're in right now, okay? Or outside of that building, because the logistics experience and skill set, George, is where she has the greatest opportunity for growth. Now we can work 50 hours a week, maybe the occasional 60, but we got more income.
Yeah, I would try taking a few months off.
I think
going,
you should.
You know what? Let
Yeah,
me see what
yeah.
this does for my career. Let me see what this does for my emotional and mental health and physically. And then we'll reset in January and see, do we need to put the foot on the gas again?
Yeah.
Thanks
Sarah,
for the call.
we're rooting for you. You're a warrior. Keep going.
Here's the deal, America. The big wireless companies are literally banking on you overpaying every single month. But not Boost Mobile. Boost flipped the script. You get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. $25. That's it. No contracts, no fine print traps, just real savings that stay in your pocket where they belong. And if you're thinking, well, George, that sounds too good to be true, here's the mic drop. They've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it risk-free and see how much you save. Go to boostmobile.com/Ramsey to make the switch today. That's boostmobile.com/Ramsey. Restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com/Ramsey for details.
All right, let's go to Amber in Georgia. Amber, how can we help today?
Hey, guys. So I guess my primary question is, how do you stay motivated, or how do I stay motivated when I feel deprived and restricted by a budget?
Who made the budget?
I got
I
a
did.
feeling it was somebody else. Was it you?
You made the budget.
No, I made the budget.
Okay.
There's more to the feeling restricted.
Yeah, what
I-
area do you feel
Tell us
restricted in?
what's making you feel restricted.
Sorry, I thought I was going to be able to keep it together.
Listen, people cry on the show all the time. You're okay. We're good.
I have had a very difficult life. It's been really, really tough. And I'm just now starting to get help. And part of the things that have been tough have been financial. I have spent money just because I was filling a void. And I didn't know or realize that until recently. So I've gotten myself into a lot of financial trouble. I was married to a man who got us in a lot of financial trouble. We almost lost our house. We wound up filing bankruptcy. I had to file bankruptcy a second time in order to avoid a legal situation. And I just feel like it doesn't matter what I do. I can't stick to anything.
So you're beating yourself up big time.
This isn't about the budget, Amber. You feel hopeless because life has knocked you down, and you need to heal from all the things that have happened to you, and that's okay. So where are you at today? Are you single again? Working?
I work about 52 hours a week. I've got 2 jobs that I work those hours between, and then I work 12 hours a month at a third job. I do have a boyfriend, but he lives an hour and a half away.
What do you make? What are you making with all 3 jobs?
Around $62,000.
Okay. Do you have kids?
An older kid.
Okay. So you're only responsible for you right now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just throw something in real quick. Okay. I'm proud of you, and I think you should be proud of yourself. I hear a lady who has had a rough go, and I think you blame yourself for a lot of it. Not all of it, but I think you're dealing with a lot of shame. And I just want to say to you that the fact that you're working 3 jobs and making $60,000 a year and trying to rebuild, I just want to say you are a strong person. So just wanted to, the rest of the phone call, I want you to know that and believe that, because that's what I see. And George, you see it as well.
Yeah. You're resilient.
Okay, so let's keep walking through. George, walk her through the financial stuff.
You make $62K. How much debt do you have right now?
About $88,000.
Okay, break that down for us.
Okay, 3,000 is just random miscellaneous debt. I've got 2,000 in credit card, 7,000 on one vehicle, 21 on another, 25,000 in student loans, and 30,000 to my parents for my divorce.
Okay, and this is all post your last bankruptcy?
Yes.
Okay, so the cycle has just been continuing every single time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And what you said you're trying to seek help. What kind of area? You share as much as you're comfortable with, but what is the root of this? If you had to say, hey, when this happens, this is sort of a trigger for me that causes me to spiral and go want to spend a bunch of money that I don't have and go into debt. What causes the loop?
Aside from mental health, I don't know.
When you say mental health, what are you comfortable telling us? Diagnose yourself here. What is this thing is what George is getting at.
I was recently diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar disorder.
Okay.
And are you currently with a medical professional working on treatment and medicine to get a hold of this?
Yes.
Okay. And in the meantime, your original question was, I feel restricted by living on a budget. So when you made this budget, what is the area or line item where you go, oh, this is so restrictive? What can't you do that you want to do? Well, I mean, part of it is your bills, right? You have your rent, you have your utilities, you have insurance, you got to put food on the table and get some groceries. So what is restrictive about it?
So I feel restricted in the sense that I'm so accustomed to having two incomes. I went from $175,000 combined to, $50,000 at the time. And at the time, I could buy whatever I wanted. It didn't matter. We were in a decent financial position, and I'm still in that mindset that I just can't get out of. Paying my bills is not the problem. Bills are paid. I can't put money away because whatever money I have left over, I want to buy nothing, anything.
Well, okay, so let's reclassify the word you're using because words matter. But before we do that, quick context. Yes, you had two incomes, but you told us that your ex-husband put you in a massive financial hole on his own. So it wasn't that great. It's just you guys were living like it was great. True or false?
Both true and false. The financial predicament happened years later, and then we got on good terms.
Right. But my point is it was great for a while, and then it wasn't great, and we're still living a long time ago. And so I don't think you're restricted. I think that you're dealing with a form of depression. And I'm not clinically diagnosed. I'm saying this is like financial depression because it's like I had this life. This is what it was like, and now I'm just chipping away, and I'm not even having any fun. There's no fun at all. And welcome to the journey. There are people sitting in this lobby today that have felt that. If you felt that before, raise your hand out there. Yeah, I mean, millions of people that have turned their life around at some point in the baby steps. Baby step 1 and 2, George, are grueling.
Yeah. So do you have $1,000 right now, Amber?
No.
Has that been hard for you to come up with?
I had it, and then something happened that legally shouldn't. I had a lien placed on something, and I had to get the lien off in order to replace what I needed to replace. Well, that lien should never have been placed because that particular balance was included in the bankruptcy. But because I legally needed to drive, I had to pay the lien. So there went my entire savings.
Okay, but $4,000, let's say, will pass through your hands in the next 30 days, correct?
Yes.
Before you pay the bills, can you set aside $1,000 over in a savings account outside of your checking account and still pay your bills?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's baby step 1.
Part of the hard part of this is you just have to do it. And there's always going to be something that comes up, and you just have to make getting out of debt and getting to a better financial spot the priority before anything else. And there's going to be more setbacks where that came from. Because here's the reality. You're right. Looking at the budget, it is restrictive because you're broke. You make $62K and you have $88K to pay off. That's hard math that you're facing. And so my hope for you is that we can go, how do we clear this debt fast? Like these cars. Do we need both of these cars? Can we sell one or both of them and clear those payments and then buy something used in cash?
No, because they're both underwater.
By how much on each?
On one of them, probably 4,000, and on the other, maybe 6 or 7.
Okay, so now we have a solvable problem. If we come up with 10 or 11K, we can clear these payments and breathe a little bit more. And then we clear the next smallest debt, breathe a little bit more. So you're going to have to get creative. I hope you can get your health in a manageable spot, and just know this looks different now. Your life changed dramatically. The reality changed.
Hang on the line. I want to get you into every dollar. It's more than a budgeting app. It's going to walk you through this whole journey. Hang on the line. We're going to help you. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio, alongside the incomparable, the charming George Camel. I'm Ken Coleman. You like what I did there?
I was actually shocked. I thought there was someone else you were going to announce.
I think you are charming. I really do. I don't think you get enough credit for your charm, George.
Thank you.
People just love your brain. They do. They love it when you crunch the numbers here on the Ramsey
I do like
Show.
to crunch a good number.
All right, Cindy's ready. Cindy's joining us now in Ohio. Cindy, how can we help?
Well, good afternoon. First of all, my son wants me to say hi on his behalf. So,
what's his name?
What's his name?
I would prefer not to say at the moment.
Great. Yeah, we get it. All right.
We were trying to give him a shout out.
We were going to do a shout out,
but never mind.
He'll know.
Is he
He'll know.
listening or watching? What was the deal?
So he is aware that I'm on the phone with you.
He will see this later.
Somewhere else. He will later.
Okay,
yes.
let's do it.
But,
hey, buddy.
Hey, Braxton. I'm just going to guess a name. I don't know.
You can't make up a fake name.
I can do what I want.
Now he's going to be confused. Cindy, I apologize for my co-host.
Okay.
Well, tell your son we said hello. We'd love to meet him sometime.
All right. I will tell him.
What's up?
Okay. So my question has to do with my next step in the baby steps. So I am single. I have a 6-month fully funded emergency fund. So I'm excited to start on my 15% investing.
Awesome.
However, I'm not sure if I should because my company that I work for was recently purchased, and so there's some job uncertainty. So I know, that's maybe a reason to save up cash. However, I was notified that if I stay with the company for at least another year, that they will give me a retention bonus.
Okay, hold on. All right, let's pause.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pause real quick because this is interesting. You're feeling because of the acquisition that your job may be in trouble, and yet they just gave you a notification that if you stay for another year, you get a benefit.
Yes.
So that's a good sign to me. Yes? What am I missing?
It is. They did say that if they haven't decided exactly which path they're going to go, they're kind of still in the figuring things out stage. So they did say that they could end my employment at any point in time.
Oh, I missed that part. I must have interrupted you before that. Okay, I get you. All right, I'm sorry.
That bonus would be payable to me regardless. If it's a year from now, or if they determine that my position will be eliminated, I still get that bonus.
Okay. Any hint or ideas or hunches on when they're going to make this decision?
That I don't know, but I also do know for a fact that if my position is eliminated, I will get that retention bonus along with a severance, which is
how much?
In excess of 10 months of my current salary.
Give us that number.
It would be over $100,000.
Okay. I'm thinking that Cindy would be okay with that $100,000. That'd give you a little bit of padding to find another job. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm taking a deep breath if I'm you, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make
So
sure I'm not missing anything.
No, I think that I'm okay to go ahead and start investing since I know that I've got 6 months in the bank already plus some.
How much is in the bank? What's the number?
I've got about $35,000 in the bank, and my emergency fund would be about $19,000.
Okay, you're more than okay. I would not pile up another dime. I would just go ahead and ratchet that investing up to 15%. You have a good retirement account through your employer?
I do. I have about 300 and something in there.
Way to go, Cindy. Come on, let's go. Single mom?
Yes.
And how old are you?
That's amazing. How old are you? Oh, we're not supposed to ask.
I am 47.
Okay, wonderful.
Very young, by the way.
So I'm just thinking how much this investment account will grow on top of you contributing to it. I have no doubt that you will be a baby steps millionaire if you just keep following this path.
That is correct. What? Just for fun, George, what's the... I love when you do this. Give Cindy another reason to be very
income
peaceful.
Every year?
My base is about 136.
Love it. Okay.
He's running numbers, Cindy, on what that 300 is going to look like if you don't do this. Is going to be exciting. Are you ready for this?
Here we go.
Oh boy, I saw the number.
47 to 67. You already have $300,000. You're going to add $1,700 a month if you do 15%. You're going to be at about $3.5 million.
Hot diggity dog.
So I wouldn't be worried. Now, I hope you never lose your job, and know that if you ever did, you're in the best situation possible, knowing that you have an emergency fund, you have no debt, and you have the severance package here.
Yeah.
So I would be sleeping well at night, just crushing it at your job. And if they let go of you, you're going to be so valuable, someone else will scoop you up, and you'll probably make more.
That's right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, I know you didn't call about this particular piece, but I want to give you this. I wrote a book years ago called The Proximity Principle, and in the entire book could be summed up in one sentence: the right people plus the right places equals opportunity. And so anytime somebody calls, or I run into somebody who's got a situation like this and they're like, I'm unsure about my employment, beyond all the money stuff that we just covered, the next thing I'm going to tell them is start connecting like crazy. You just start connecting in your industry, or you're just, and you're not going out and telling everybody the sky's falling or that my job, but you can say, hey, I just part of an acquisition. And so not sure where that's going to go. Could turn out great, but really not sure right now. And so I'm out making connections, coffees, lunches. I am letting everybody know that I might very well be a free agent. And you would be surprised how much peace that's going to give you, number one. But number two, you might be surprised that even though you might not be looking for anything, something might come to you. And the idea here is I want to get around the right people. These are people that are in my industry, and reconnect. And that means tell everybody, because you got a real good reason to share that right now. Because anybody in your situation would feel the same way. You're not laid off. This thing might turn out to be great. But I really, really recommend that you do that. And so keep going. But also, I'm always creating. It's like, when I'm flying to Virginia later today. And at some point before we take off tonight, they'll show us the emergency exits. I want people doing the same thing professionally. All right. If I were to be laid off, or if, what would be my emergency exits? Really important. And a lot of people don't do that. And I think you can do that all the time, and always put yourself in a good space. Last thing I want to say, Cindy, and I know George is going to want to say something too. I'm putting you on the spot, pal. I want your son to hear from us that his mom has done a phenomenal job taking care of him. And buddy, listen to the details today and sit down and talk to mom about what she's done, and you learn from her. But also, I want you to thank her, give her a big hug, because she has really done a phenomenal job taking care of you, pal.
No notes. That was perfect.
So thank you, Cindy.
I was just hoping you would have an analogy for the seat as a flotation device, in the career field. What is that, the severance?
Well, no, I'll tell you what it is. Your connections are the flotation device.
And what about the mask? What are we doing with the mask?
The mask is the money stuff. So if I've got the emergency fund,
the mask
I
is
don't
the emergency
have debt.
fund.
I mean, I know that I'm not in desperation. I'm not going to die. We take the mask. That's the money. Stability. That's the mask. And then the flotation device is I got connections. I got jobs. People want me. They love me.
Keep going.
All right, let's go to Joseph in Louisville, Kentucky. Joseph, how can we help?
Hey, guys. Appreciate you taking my call.
Sure.
I have a plumbing business. It's a one-man show, so it's only me. One question is, should I have a separate emergency fund for that business? My other question is, I have some debt, like a van, and I also have some plumbing equipment debt. I can write that off 100%, but should I just pay it off instead?
Yes. In
Yes,
short,
pay it off.
number one, you should have a separate checking account and savings for the business as some
I do
reserves there. So you have that separated?
It is separated, but I didn't know if I actually needed a 6-month emergency fund.
No, a business wouldn't operate like your personal household would, but your reserves will sort of act like that. And as you've done the business over a long period of time, you'll kind of know what kind of emergencies you might be facing in a business situation. And part of that is reducing your risk will leave you not needing to touch that. And so part of reducing risk is getting rid of that debt. Because the debt isn't, Joseph's plumbing business. You signed the dotted line on that. So it's your personal debt.
Correct.
So I would pay it off. I'm not a fan of this, like, well, I can write it off. It's not a dollar for dollar deduction here.
Right.
And so
it's not a big deal.
What's not a big deal?
I could pay it off. I have $127,000 in my personal account.
Awesome. And what's the debt?
I have $25 in my business account. I have a $20,000 emergency fund separate from that in my savings account. Everything is paid off except for my house. I owe $32,000, and my payment is $211.61 a month.
What's left on the van?
$40,000 on the van and $25,000 on equipment. So I could pay it off without a problem.
So what is keeping you from doing that?
It's almost like rent to own. So I was thinking it may be safer to keep that money on hand. But also, I have no problem with, I'm not in love with the money. I have no problem with letting it go and paying the debt off.
Yeah, it's not rent to own. That analogy is kind of weird for me, but look, this is a van that is depreciating every day,
right.
and the debt is not doing anything. And what's your interest payment on that?
6.39.
So what's the monthly payment on the van?
$669.
Yeah, none of this makes any sense.
So you're
somebody
burning,
who's got
you said
the
there's
cash.
$211 plus $669?
No, the
$211
is how
is
much
home
my house
payment.
is.
Oh, okay.
$211 a month.
So how much will you free up by paying off these debts?
$1,400
a month.
Yes.
And you have the
my
money. You have
goodness.
the cash to pay off the plumbing equipment plus your house.
Right.
Dude, if you just wrote a check today and we're done with all of this and invested all of those payments, you'd be so wealthy you would laugh at the tax write-off money you'd be making.
Now, I am 50 and I have zero retirement.
Well,
Even
this will
more.
free you up to put $1,400 away into retirement accounts now. What stopped
Right.
you from investing?
I just started this business a couple of years ago, so my cash flow hasn't always been what it is today.
So you're full-time
I
plumbing?
haven't paid off the house. Yeah, full-time.
Good for
I
you.
have not paid off the house because at $211 a month, I would rather have the $32,000. I could collect cans and pay $211 a month. That has been my logic on that.
No, we've heard that. We've heard that a million times. How much is the van worth?
It's brand new. I just bought it in February.
You didn't. Well, how much is it worth? I know what you owe on it. What could you sell it for?
I honestly have no idea. I paid $54,000 for it, so I've already paid it down $14,000 in the last since February.
All right. I mean, a van is it's got all your plumbing tools in it, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Nobody's riding in it. Just you.
No, just me.
So
Does
you
it-
could get a
yeah.
cheap van, get it wrapped nice, and probably save $20,000 right there. You
That's-
sold it and got a cheaper one.
That's where I'm going.
Well,
Uh-oh.
the equipment I have will absolutely not fit in a minivan.
I never said minivan.
Nobody said a minivan.
I'm just saying you didn't need to buy a
I
brand
thought you
new
said
van.
a minivan. I'm sorry.
No.
I actually would really respect a guy who rolls up to be my plumber in a minivan.
I know I'm not getting ripped off if a guy shows up in a minivan.
I was getting ready to say
There
that
you
for
go.
some reason I trust a plumber in a minivan.
I see a plumber in a fancy new van. I go, he's going to price gouge me because he's got payments on that
I
thing.
agree with the big fancy wrap. I just want to see a little square sign on the side of a red minivan.
Well, let me play this game with you. If you freed up the mortgage plus your debt payments, is that now like $1,600 a month?
Correct, yes.
And could you invest more on top of that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how much could you invest every month on top of the $1,600 to get set for retirement?
On top of the $1,600, I could do another $2,000.
It's $3,600 a month. You could just start shoveling into investments.
Yes.
Okay. Well, from age 50 to 67, you shovel $3,600 away, you could end up with almost $2 million.
Correct. Yep. I've done the math on that.
Well, math is one thing. Doing it is a whole other thing, isn't it?
Well, I just now sort of got turned on to Dave Ramsey, so I'm kind of
good
learning.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure this was the right step before I paid.
Yeah, we recommend any
money out.
business, any entrepreneur, do it with cash and move at the speed of cash. Do it slow. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't say you're investing in the business by taking on payments or new fancy equipment. Just cash flow it. And it's going to reduce your risk, increase your peace, increase your chance of surviving if something were to happen in the business. And I hope the business continues to thrive. Sounds like you're doing great.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I want
appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Yeah, Joseph, listen, you're doing great. I would love for America to hear this. How long ago did you become a plumber, and what was the qualification process like? What was the length of that and the cost to become a plumber?
Well, so I started my business. I just got started in this 4 years ago.
Okay. How long was the qualification process?
If someone wants to become a plumber, they have to be an apprentice for a couple of years, and they have to be a journeyman for a couple of years. So you're looking at, 4 years.
Right. Okay. And you did that.
You only need a master's if you're pulling permits. You don't have to have a master's.
Right. How much did it cost for you to become qualified?
It doesn't cost anything. I mean, it costs the price of a test.
I'm just asking you a straightforward question. I can't get the answer.
$200.
There we go. Couple $100 for you to get that training.
And now you're making what as a solopreneur?
Well, this year will be $250 before taxes.
Ding, ding, ding.
This is what I wanted people
that?
to hear. All right. The trades are exploding. This is a guy who's crushing it. Way to go, Joseph. Thanks for sharing
and
that.
For every 5 plumbers that are getting out of the business, there are only 2 to replace them.
Exactly.
Which means we desperately need people like Joseph to get in the game.
There's a massive opportunity right now in the trades, and this is real life example.
So 4 years, which is what undergrad would take you, a few $100, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than undergrad, and you could be making $250,000 running your own business, owning your time.
You didn't notice any student loans in there, did you?
Nothing.
Nothing in there. Telling you, folks, this is amazing. Little PSA to America's parents that listen to the show and grandparents who have influence over young people. The world is changing. And this idea that a college degree is the only way to succeed is crumbling, and it's crumbling faster. Gallup put out new data, George, first of this year. 46% of American parents, listen to this, folks, 46% of American parents would prefer their kids go into trades instead of a college path, and that is because they see the handwriting on the wall. And I'm telling you, we got to stop looking down our nose at the trades, because you're going to look up 5 years from now, 10 years from now, there's going to be a lot of millionaires in this country who did exactly what Joseph did. It may be a little dirty during the day, but you can come home to Egyptian cotton sheets.
100%.
All right? This is good, honorable work, and it creates jobs. Remember, small business is what fuels the American economy. There you go. Thank you very much, America. All right, our question of the day is brought to you by Why Refi. You've tried budgeting. You've tried making minimum payments. But those defaulted private student loans are still weighing you down. Why Refi might be able to help. Learn more at whyrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey. It's not available in all states.
Today's question comes from Tucker in Washington. The company I've been with for just a few months is experiencing financial struggles. Upper management has mentioned in a couple of company-wide meetings that there are only 10 months of cash left, and we have had negative cash flow month after month. I left my previous job because my manager was extremely toxic and the company culture wasn't good. Will 2 employment stints of less than a year be a red flag on my resume? I just got married 6 months ago, and we want to start a family soon, so my job will be our sole source of income. Would it be wise to begin looking for another job, or should I wait and see what happens with the company in a year?
Yes.
I think you should start looking yesterday.
Here's the narrative, because I understand the question, George. 2 jobs on the resume, you got to tell the truth. You don't bash them. You say, okay, here's what happened in the last job, and got this other job. This is the story I was told. Story changed. Here's where we're at. So I've had some really bad luck, and that's different than you flaking.
It's not you job hopping.
Yeah. So just control the narrative and absolutely be looking, and don't have any shame over this. You just got to take control of the situation. Now, I will tell you this. The job market is a lot tougher right now. It's what we call a soft job market, where companies are sitting tight, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with all the tariffs. That's one of the big things. A lot of uncertainty right now as to what's going on there. And the economy is, with interest rates, what the Fed going to do. So when you get into a lot of uncertainty in the macro economy, companies tend to just slow down when it comes to hiring. And we're seeing that. This is a soft market. Unemployment is up into the low 4s. So, yeah, I would not, ride this out and ride the wave. Not smart.
And then just wait till the buzzer beater when they lay you off to go, oh, guess I should look for a job.
Yeah, especially in this case because he's the sole income.
And the writing is very much on the wall here. They're telling you straight up.
And you know what else? I want to make sure I cover this. If your wife has the ability, I don't know what the family situation is, but if she has the ability to work, I would absolutely, for a season, if you can do it, and it makes financial sense to do it, I would do it in this time as well. Stacking up a little bit of extra cash that might be able to help us if this thing goes and falls before you can, get another job. So this is when we act like a storm is coming. And what do we do when we know a storm is coming? And let's act accordingly. So really important. Ethan is up in Athens, Georgia. Ethan, how can we help?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
So I was driving a 2005 Toyota Camry, and it got totaled. I have a year left in law school, and I'm trying to set a budget. I'm buying not a new car, but a used car.
Did you get any money for the Camry?
Yeah, so I got $6,000 for the Camry. I have about $10K in liquid cash, and then another $40,000 right now in stocks.
Non-retirement, you've just been investing on the side in single stocks?
Yeah, well, not single. I've been trying to buy like the bonds and mutual funds and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay. Do you have any debt?
No debt whatsoever.
Wow, you're going through law school debt free?
Yes, sir.
How'd you do that? Did you get a full ride or what?
Yeah, I did.
Wow. Okay.
How about that?
Stud. All right. So you're asking us how much car should you get?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going to want something that'll get you through law school and beyond. And so you can spend more than $6K. You're in a good spot financially. Are you working at all? Do you have any income right now?
Right now I have no income, but I already have a job set for next October once I pass the bar.
Fantastic. And will it be in the current area, or are you moving somewhere?
A bit more towards Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, George, I don't know if you got a formula for this because he doesn't have an income and he has no debt and he's going to be making really good money. What kind of money are you going to be making first year?
I'll be making $190 my first year.
Woo! Bro, Ethan.
Debt free, making that kind of money?
With a full ride?
Are you single?
Yeah, not right now.
Not for long with those numbers.
There it is.
Hey, the ladies will be coming around for that one.
I would just be reasonable. For any young person, especially dudes, they tend to overbuy in car because they want to flex. I hope that's not you. You don't seem like the type. So I would just buy something reasonable. What have you been looking at? I know you've been car shopping a little bit.
Yeah, I've been just looking at new Camrys, something like late teens with less than 100,000 miles. That's something newer, but I'm not spending everything that I have.
How much are those cars?
Between 15 and 20,000.
I was going to throw the number of 20 out and let George react to me just based on your situation.
Yeah, 20 felt like my upper limit for just a young dude.
Yeah, I'm
you
taking
don't need anything flashy.
Top line 20 is what I was going to say.
Okay.
And if
that
you need
gives
to
you
sell
some
some
life.
stocks to do it, I would. I wouldn't be in any single stocks. I don't know why you're even in bonds at this age. You're not 70. You shouldn't be worried about long-term market returns. If
I
you
think
want
he's an old
short-term,
soul. I'm going to guess he's an old soul.
Is that true?
Yeah, something I inherited from my grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I could hear it on you. You are very mature.
I would go
Fantastic.
car shopping. I would stick to independent used car dealerships and Facebook Marketplace. Get a pre-purchase inspection on whatever you get. And I would also search the exact year, make, model, do your research and know exactly what recalls have been made on that exact model. What are the classic repairs that tend to happen on that car? And that will give you a lot of confidence as you step into it.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate
You
it.
bet.
Yeah, man.
And listen, buyer beware. Tight-lipped when you go to the car dealer.
Don't tell them you're paying cash right up front.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them you're in law school. Don't tell them you got a $190,000 job waiting on you. They will be on you like vultures on roadkill. I mean, all over you. So just keep it tight like you're playing some poker.
Focus on
This
the
is
out.
what
Just
I
say,
got.
hey, I'd like to just talk about the out the door price.
That's right.
That's it. That's what I want to focus on. I don't want to talk about payments.
That's right.
Here's my budget. And if you walk in with a check for that amount,
oh boy,
and you have some walk away power.
Oh boy,
I love that game.
These guys will start singing. They really will.
Yep.
They'll line up like a choir for you. You know what I mean? They'll be the manager, the assistant manager. You ever seen these guys? It's hilarious. There's always like 7 people in the back. You know,
Well, they always
have
have to go. They have to go into the back to talk to some mysterious
always
figure.
Love that. Always love that.
My manager's going to take me to the cleaners if I give you this deal, man. But I'll do it for you.
Hold on one second.
Don't tell anyone.
Give me a few minutes. I got to go back in. It's like he's the Wizard of Oz.
Do they all go to the same heebie-jeebie sleazy school?
I think they have a little room with like a water cooler, and they go and they just look at their phone for 2 or 3 minutes, and then they come back and then they play the next
They
negotiation
take a little vape
game.
break and then come back and say, all right,
I think it is a vape break.
I could get in a lot of trouble for this one.
Yeah.
But we can make it work.
This is the best I can do. I love that one. I
can't stand it.
I can't either. I kind of want to just, can I walk back there with you? Because I think we could speed this negotiation
Yes.
up if you walked me back to the Wizard of Oz. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure he's going to be fine if I go back there with you. But it's the whole, you all stay out here. Can I get you something to drink? Can I get you a bottle of water? No, you can get me a good deal.
That's all I'm here for.
I don't care about the bottle of water. In fact, my wife and I brought a cooler. We have our own bottle of water.
My wife can't go into those places. She has to sit in the car because she's too uncomfortable.
Too stressful, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the conflict. I like the
do.
negotiation.
You do. You know what you do? You get right to the fees.
Yeah, I
You
just
go
hope they
from the
don't.
window price to, what are the fees on this? I know you.
Oh, I don't do. If they have anything other than a small dock fee, I'm walking away. They start pitching me on, hey, we did the window tint and we get the. Nope, I'm out. Take that off of here. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Sales price plus tax, maybe $100 dock fee, or I leave.
You might as well be on Shark Tank. I'll bet you sit there and you cross your arms.
Oh, the
you
guys at
just
the
say-
dealership, they see me coming in, they go, not today. I don't want to deal with this guy.
Yeah.
My last car, though, the finance office called me and said, hey, we noticed you were paying cash, and we just think that's a terrible idea. It's it's smarter to finance.
Did you scream, do you know who I am?
I almost went, hey, just Google me. I can't deal with this right now. You're
That's
exhausting.
a flex. That's a flex.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Mr. Finance Manager, I'm going to send you a link. I'd like to click on it.
It's called Breaking Free from Broke. You should read it.
Look at that, folks. He snuck the book promo in just like that. I didn't even see it coming. It's a great book, wherever books are sold. Our scripture of the day comes from Hebrews 13, verse 7. Remember your leaders who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith. Our quote from John F. Kennedy. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. All right. Two interesting things there. Contrasting.
I'll chew on that.
Chew on that. Tyler is up in Maryland. Tyler, how can we help?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right.
How can we help?
Well, I was calling in because I found myself in a situation with my wife and I. We recently moved October of 2024 from our first home to this being our second, and it was pretty much at the top of our price range. Pardon me. I've lived in 8 different homes growing up, and we have a 2-year-old son, and just found out we have another one on the way. It was really, he's a tornado. But it was really important to me that, we both wanted him to have a house that he grew up. All of our kids just had a house they grew up in. So we stretched. We knew that we would be a little house poor, but we figured if we can, tighten our belt and spend wisely, that eventually our salaries will, kind of, I guess, catch up to where our mortgage was. And that was before, I really got into Dave Ramsey and learning more about the finances. So since then, we've been, going on a year here, and the mortgage is about $4,500 a month, and our net income per month is about $9,400. So I think it's like a 47%, which is double what I know is recommended. So in addition to that, we have we only have one car payment, which is my truck. I have 3 years left on it, about $15,000 left.
What's the payment?
Payment's about $536 a month. My wife also has student loans, which is probably a total like $20,000. And it was through the carrier that she was using, I guess, had a class action lawsuit. I guess somebody advised her not to pay us, so we stopped, and then that's now bringing her credit down. So now we're trying to get current on that. And then we have credit card debt, which is probably total like around $20,000 between 3 different cards. So pretty much what I think is inevitable at this point, with having a family and with now realizing how expensive kids are, and unknown expenses and activities for them and toys for them, I'm kind of thinking getting out of this house might be the best thing for our family, to downsize to a smaller house with a much lower mortgage. And I just want to get your take on that.
What could you sell the house for, and what's left on the mortgage?
So we bought it for about $600, and this is about a year ago. We're thinking about refinancing, which would then put another 15 onto it because of the fees. But I think we won't get 600. I don't think. I think it's going to it would be a short sale.
Why would it be a short sale?
Well, I just don't. It was on the market for probably about 4 months. It started out at like 750, and it went all the way down to 600 before we bought it.
How much did you put down?
We didn't put anything out. Bought it to the VA.
Man, this is heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm having buyer's remorse, and I think I'm starting to realize what's probably inevitable, where my wife is like very in love with the house, and it's perfect for our big family, which is what she wants. But I just, I come home and it's like I just feel like there's just no peace at all. Like I know.
Is she aware of this? Is she aware of how you're feeling?
She's aware. Yeah, we've talked about it. Her game plan, which is what we're doing now, which I'm giving her the grace of just seeing how it works, was tightening our belt more, and not spending as much, or whatever surplus we have at the end of each week or each month, our checking account will just apply toward bills. But when I do our budget, between our net income and all the bills, or the credit cards, the loans, etc., we're like $1,300 in the hole.
So you're going to continually go into debt at this rate.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't even live off of $9,400 a month.
Yeah.
So there's no tightening.
And is she working full time?
Yeah, we both work full time.
So there's no, there's no dream here where we go, well, we're making double now because she's working full time. So if there's no room here to wiggle on income, you don't see your income shooting up in the next 6 months, and you're going to continually go into debt, then I think we just have to cut our losses and get out of this house. I would try to still get as much as you can for it.
Yeah,
but you don't have any equity, so it doesn't solve your problems. It's going to cost you money to get out of this house, and you don't even have that money.
Yeah.
What could you sell the truck for?
On KBB, it looks like it was valued at around $10,000, so I'm a little upside down on it, which is what I'm trying to put my, I drill monthly for the Army, so I'm trying to put those checks toward this to pay it down as quickly as possible.
Man, and this, I'm trying to figure out how you have $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 of expenses on top of the mortgage.
Yeah.
You guys are spending like you're in Congress. Yeah. There's a lot of just entertainment, luxury, eating out here, I think. I think it's more than just covering the bills.
Yeah, I agree. My wife, when we got in the house, it was we were spending like kings and queens. It was our own fault. We had a really a tough conversation about it about a month ago, and we're like, we really tried. We went to like a cash budget where we'll take out X amount each week once we get paid, and this is what we have to spend. There's no credit cards. We're not putting anything on debit card. Even in that, we're still in the hole. Like, it's just between kids stuff and now a new one on the way. I just don't see it working out in our favor by staying in this house.
Yeah, I mean, could you go rent somewhere for $2,000, $3,000?
Yeah, in our area, there's some places that are rent for about $25,000 or $3,000. Like,
so that'll save you the $2,000 that you're losing. So instead of going $15,000 into debt, maybe we could save $5,000.
Here's a question I have, George. Tyler, I'm asking this on your behalf. Every dollar, which is obviously, it's not just a budgeting app. I mean, it's FPU, it's the baby steps. I mean, it's helping people. And when we talk about it on the show, we're telling people this is real, that in less than 15 minutes, people are finding thousands of dollars of margin. We know that from every dollar. That's what we're hearing. My question is if you're sitting in his kitchen right now, okay, how much I think you could find money in this current
and that's
situation.
why I'm saying whenever I see, well, the mortgage is $4,500, they're bringing in $10,000. There's room here. There's some spending that we can ratchet down.
I think there is. There's more cutting.
It's going to be a fight. It's going to be, well, I'm used to doing this, and now you're taking this away from me. And so I don't want this to be you versus her. This needs to be you walking hand in hand, looking in the same direction, going, we need to come to Jesus meeting because we're going to go $15,000 into the hole the way we're spending. We already can't get out of this as is. We need to do something drastic. And that means selling the house and renting and cutting our spending and working a second job for at least 2 years to clean this up.
I really want you guys in every dollar, and that's going to be our gift to you. So Kelly's going to take care of it. You and your wife got to commit to using it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it literally, it will coach you up. It is so unbelievable, all the new things they've added to it. So you guys got to commit to getting in control of the spending and finding ways to make some more money after selling this house, just to give you more margin. By the way, George, I want to mention, this is super exciting. The premiere of the all-new Every Dollar is September 25th. You're going to see some amazing success stories. You're a part of that.
That's right.
We want you to turn on your YouTube notifications to get notified when the premiere drops. And I've said it a couple times today, just kind of naturally. George, 10 seconds, or give us 5 seconds on the new Every Dollar. It's unreal.
Well, it's going to digitally coach you like we would on The Ramsey Show and walk with you step by step through the baby steps on top of helping you do your budget.
All right, remember, there's only one way to get financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.